Okay. Right, when you are ready, Jia Yi, please make me laugh. Laugh.
Are we sure that the country Nicholas here is talking about is Singapore, whereby people are irresponsibly paying their taxes, filing for identities and such? We are saying here that Singapore is not like that, and therefore his rebuttal, his point about how abuse of the financial system, of how people can claim money from the government does not stand at all. And so, firstly, I'll support my first speaker's stand by saying that what we are saying here is that with the rising living standards and increasing lifespans of people, we are saying here that the pension, the retirement fund of these elderly are no longer enough. We are saying here that it's the government's duty to support these elderly people. And we are saying here that without this, the support of the government is not enough. However, we also agree that the government cannot support these elderly all by themselves. In a moment, sir. And we are saying here that these adult children need to support their elderly parents too. And therefore we say that is the problem. Yes.
Now, prove to me how the government isn't supporting these elderly people, because the very fact that we have a problem of aging population shows that these elderly people are living beyond their life expectancy due to the care that the government has been providing them.
Yes, we are talking about the scenario that has happened to every first world country, and we are saying here that this is the situation that will happen eventually. This is the situation that will happen no matter how good the healthcare system is. We are saying here that eventually these scenarios will happen. This scenario of elderly population, large elderly population will happen, and then these elderly people will run out of their retirement fund, will run out of the ability to support themselves. And we are saying here that the government
Sir,
thank you. No, thank you. The government will be required to put in to support these people. And we are saying here that the government, no, thank you. It is the government's duty to support these people. And however, we are saying here that the government does not have enough ability to support them just all by itself. And therefore, we are saying here that the children need to support them too. We are saying here that about finance, we are preventing the when we talk about this fiscal responsibility, they have not thought about whether there's alternative payment whereby there's a more responsible way of paying. They have not thought about why it's irresponsible for us to look after the elderly, to look after the people that support the economy in their working generation. And we are saying that why not support these people that supported the economy when they were in their prime? In their prime, and so now they are old and unable to work at their full potential. They're going to just throw them away because they're useless now. They're saying no, that's not what the government should be advocating. That's not what the government should be telling its younger generation. We are saying here, we are saying here that the government needs to look after these people. And how do we do this? Firstly, to build up a moral system whereby it's the children's duty to look after their own parents by giving them an incentive to look up, support from the government to look up, whereby it's not as taxing for the government, and on the other hand builds up a moral system whereby the younger generation, the children of these adult children, can see what is the right way, what's the right thing to do. Yes.
So how are you going to ensure that the money then you give to the children is actually still spent on the elderly parent?
We are saying here that firstly, I do not think that these adult children would go on to support their elderly parents just because they are looking for profits in the first place. What we are seeing here is that when you look after your parents, your elderly parents, you are not going to get this incentive from the government is not going to cover all the costs of these elderly. And we are saying that some of this money will have to come from the adult children themselves. And we are saying here that when these adult children are not getting profits from looking after their parents. Instead, they are losing money out. And why they're doing it is because it's out of their moral responsibility, they carry out their care for their parents. They are saying that this is not done now. Why? Because of the increasing living standards of the current Singapore society. We are saying here that just by giving this little incentive, we are encouraging these adult children to pay more responsible, pay more to take care more of their adult elderly parents. We are saying that is the reason why this incentive is for not what the opposition is talking about, whereby it's for taking money for themselves, so cheating the money out of the government. And we are saying here that we are preventing the collapse of a generation of pension. We are talking about CPF now, whereby if this money is it's a pool of money, and with the increasing living lifespan of this people, more CPF is going to be taken out of the more CPF money is going to be taken out from CPF. We are saying that this money is not enough for the current elderly population, and we are saying here that only by this adoption chipping in, then is enough for the government to take care of these elderly parents. And we are saying that therefore go to the government.